changing preferences of the customers in last couple of years? Thank you.
Well, for the customer side, we have a very good mix. We have, which is very unique in India, because globally what doesn't exist so much is mice in corporate business. India is very unique, so we have a huge amount of mice in corporate business, 30% of our total business, and the rest are individual cruisers. And corporate, mice, and destination business like weddings is very important, because we have an advantage. We are also the largest hotel in India to bring everybody into one place. And now I'm handing over to Nishikant to give you the financial answers.
So when you talk about the previous period till 2024, the arrangement was the vessel Empress was on lease from the holding company, and we were paying lease rental. So these are all in-days adjustments which are impacted into because of in-days, because the expenses recognized earlier and then henceforth. If you go my IGAP numbers, it was profitable, but talk about in-days when it was restated, then we adopted the in-days, that's the case. And the vessel was, well, earlier it was under my fellow subsidiary, and from January 2024 onward it has come into my subsidiary. So now the depreciation comes in place. So that's the reason. And over a period, yes, we started during COVID, and 16 September 2021 was our first sailing. And since then we have not looked back, and that was the reason that we were into profit. So they motivated us to initiate a discussion with NCL for acquiring the vessels. The discussion went on for quite long, and the month of April 2025 we concluded. And suddenly, as of date when we speak, we have already paid $22 million for the two vessels, and all the payment has been done through internal accruals. Parallelly, Empress also, which was earlier old under a barcode arrangement for a third party, which has given to our global shipping holding company, and then later global shipping has given to us. From 24 onwards, it is now with us, direct arrangement from my fellow subsidiary in past, March 2025, by virtue of, because you just need to have entire office and everything under this holding company, the structure is now changed. So as of date when we speak, there will be only the dividend payouts to the holding company, otherwise there is no related party payments. And whatever payments we are making to our subsidiary, it is having no markup. It is having only $1 lakh per month lease rental. That's it.
Hi sir, Niti here from Mint. Sir, I wanted to understand what is the lifetime of a cruise ship, because you mentioned MV Empress is 35 years old and the other two ships are almost 25 years old. So, do you expect more new ships to come in the near future?
So I'm going to answer it in three ways. So for cruise vessels, not like cargo vessels, we don't have lifetime because we are very regulated. So we are, just for your understanding, we are approximately 10 or 15 times more regulated like an airline. Cruise lines have to have preventive maintenance all the time, and we get audited 800 times a year. So the requirement for cruise vessels is every 2.5 years or 2 times in 5 years, the ship will come out of the water to do a completely survey and inspection. So basically, if you look at our ships, the steel is the same, but inside is always new. So maybe for you easy to understand is if you look at the Taj Palace Hotel, on the outside it's an old hotel, it's the same property, but in the inside it's always upgraded. The same is for cruise ships. And our ships are the latest standard, have the latest technology. We are regulated by environment, by flag. So there's no such thing as life. It depends on us how well we are maintaining the ship and how well we are upgrading one. Age, I answered, doesn't exist. There's a lot of ships which are 70 years old or older. They have to be regulated. If they have all the regulations in place, no issues. Oh, and if you acquire a vessel, they're fairly expensive to buy. So if I would buy a vessel, it would look exactly like the vessels we are having, because I can buy them today from the big cruise companies, because the next 2 years, there's 37 brand new ships coming from these big companies, but the ships are very big. They have 8,000-9,000 passengers, and they cannot stop in India. The ports are not made for it. So I buy their ships because between themselves they're not buying them, and because the ships are so much bigger than one of mine, I'm the only one who can really buy them. So it's a win-win situation for them and for me, and it's much cheaper than building our ship completely brand new.
Sir,
And sir, any new ships that you're going to buy other than the Norwegian Sky and Norwegian?
Unfortunately, I cannot tell you that, otherwise we get arrested. It's not part of the DRHP, but I can tell you I'm very hungry. I have a big appetite.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Nitin Negandhi from Marine. We have seen fluctuating revenue going up, down, again up, profits also fluctuating. We have seen March 26 results. What about subsequent results?
So what I will do, I will answer your question because see, I will not be able to speak about March 2026 because after listing my June numbers will be there. But if I can give a comparison to you about March 25 and 26, if we compare both the years, since we were in the expansion phase, so we have incurred almost to the extent of 40 odd crores more expenses in this year with the similar revenue number. If you see my number, compare for 2025 and 2026, there is a dip of almost 7-8 odd crores, that's it. But there is an increase in expenses because on account of the expansion plans which are in place. We have come up with a large office spaces, considering the 2 vessels which are planned. Then there is an increase in manpower cost, and certainly because of the leasing arrangement, because the new vessels which are under the leasing arrangement. So if I add back those 40 odd crores numbers, so in that case my number of PAT, I'm talking PBT, not PAT. If my PBT I add another 45 odd crores, I will be almost sitting at par what my performance was in 2025. Though in 25-26 there were 3 challenges. There was Indio Pak War, there was an Indigo crisis wherein revenue recognition has not happened. I was having bookings in place, but I have shifted that booking to the future period. So there was not refund, but yes, there was booking. And then the current situation. In spite of all these challenges, we have made these same numbers. If you look about my number, 590 and 579 and 590. So the number is hardly 10-11 odd crores short than the last year.
And how do you justify your valuation of a
I think the valuation, maybe probably I will ask my bankers to, because they have already discounted me a lot. Because we started a journey with our valuation.
We should be at least 12,000, 15,000, 18,000, if you ask me.
So I think when we started the journey, so it's a good question. When we decided journey for going for an IPO, the valuation which we were advised was around 10,000 crores plus. But the proceeds were earmarked for the purpose of acquiring these 2 vessels, and it was earmarked for paying the lease rental for both the vessels in advance. There was on account of the challenges which are prevailing, the process got certainly slightly delayed. In the meanwhile, we have paid the payment for both the vessels capital expenditure. So certainly now my requirement has got reduced in terms of capital expenditure. So now we have reduced the size and we are leaving money on the table for you people and investors to make money.
So, if we talk of today,
Yeah.
March 26,
Yes.
you have an EPS of about 8 to 10 rupees.
Yes,
Okay. And asking price is about 800, 900 rupees.
yes.
And you are comparing with your prices with hotel industry.
Unfortunately, why we are comparing, because we are only player in India, and if you talk about my numbers and my numbers and profits and EBITDA, we can be benchmarked with the international players only. But since we are the only player, so it was only the option available to compare yourself with the hotel industry.
But even 2 of the international players.
No, nobody is in India. It is we are international players, the Royal Caribbean and NCL.
Correct.
Yes.
Even they are having lower PE than what we are asking for.
Maybe
Prashant,
let me answer that. So the way we are looking at it and the way investors have looked at it, and obviously we've got comforted in terms of launching the transaction. So we are looking at the future growth which is happening, which will happen in the next couple of years. So we are seeing the market size is huge. We are sort of the only domestic player. So we are seeing good growth happening over the future years. If you look at the document, we put the industry growth rate. So there is a significant growth which is expected. And discounting that, you'll see that it is fairly attractively valued. And as Nishikant ji said, that we've actually reduced the issue size from what we had filed the DRHP. So we made it even more attractive per se.
So if my DRHP was with 727 odd crores, so So we have reduced it because since it was completely earmarked for the vessel Sky and Sun, the lease rental, which we have already anyway paid out of our internal accruals. So that's the summation.
And the comparables which you've given are not exact comparables. So we sort of, they are the proxies which investors have looked at. But there is a premium sort of as being the, the qualitative factors which are there for the company. So that's why it's fairly justified. We have a good sort of demand which is there. You'll see it in the anchor day book and also in the subscription.
यही सवाल सर मैं हिंदी में समझना चाहूँगी। आपने अभी कहा कि आपने 10,000 करोड़ से शुरू किया जब वैल्यूएशन की बात आती है, तो 585 करोड़ पर आपने फाइनलाइज किया। आपने 10,000 करोड़ से 585 क्यों फाइनलाइज किया? किस तरह की कॉस्ट आपकी कवर हो चुकी थी? और फिर क्या हम इसे एक डिस्काउंटेड IPO कह सकते हैं निवेशकों के लिए? आप क्या संदेश देना चाहेंगे इसके बारे में, अगर आप हिंदी में समझा पाए तो?
मैडम आपका क्वेश्चन काफ़ी अच्छा है। हम लोगों ने जब डिसाइड किया था IPO जाने की, मैंने पहले भी बोला कि भाई जब हमको एडवाइस मिली थी कि आप 10,000 करोड़ से आसपास का वैल्यूएशन आपको मिलना चाहिए। अभी मैं ये बोलना चाहूँगा कि ये हमने बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया था कोविड के दौरान, तो जब चैलेंजिंग टाइम थे उसमें हमने अपॉर्चुनिटी देखी और हमने अपॉर्चुनिटी देख के बिजनेस को चालू किया और उसके बाद में एक वेसल लिया। पहले हमारा अरेंजमेंट फैमिली वेसल का लीज पे था, आज हम उसको ओन करते हैं। आगे 2 वेसल भी हमने लीजिंग अरेंजमेंट में लिए हैं और लास्ट में जाके एक डॉलर पे करेंगे वेसल हमारे बन जाएंगे। तो हम जो 2 वेसल नए लिए हैं उसमें हम $16 मिलियन 10 साल तक पे करेंगे, विच इज $160 मिलियन, $160 मिलियन 10 साल तक, 1600 करोड़ अप्रॉक्सीमेटली आप ले सकते हो, 100 का एक्सचेंज रेट होगा तो 3200 करोड़ देंगे। जब हमने फर्स्ट जब DRHP फाइल किया था तब हमारा ये टारगेट था कि हम लोग पूरा सन का लीज लेंगे, हम लोग IPO प्रोसीड से पे करेंगे। ये हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे कि हमारा दिसंबर में लॉन्च हो जाएगा, विच नाउ वी आर डूइंग। अप्रैल में हमारे को उसका पे आउट पे करना था, तो वी आर पेड $6 मिलियन आउट ऑफ $800। और फेयरली अगर आप मेरे फाइनेंशियल देखेंगे तो वी आर अ जीरो डेट कंपनी। व्हाई आई एम सेइंग जीरो डेट कंपनी? बिकॉज अगर मेरे पास बुक में डेट खड़ा हुआ भी है तो उसके सामने मेरे पास एफडीज रहती है। जब मैंने अप्रैल 25 में जब डिसाइड किया कि मैं 2 वेसल पेंसिल से ले रहा हूँ और मुझे उसी महीने में जब पैसा पे करना था, मेरे को RBI के रेस्ट्रिक्शन के अलावा और कोई रेस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं था। हम ऐसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन भी हम लोगों ने सारे RBI के लॉज में, मास्टर सर्कुलर में, गिफ्ट सिटी में सब में चेंजेस लेकर आए। तो टू आंसर टू योर क्वेश्चन इज वैल्यूएशन सर्टेनली ज़्यादा है। मैं ये कमेंट नहीं करूँगा कि डिस्काउंटेड है, नहीं है। मैं ये बोलना चाहूँगा कि एज एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जब हमने तकलीफ के दिनों में बिजनेस जब स्टार्ट करके हमने सक्सेस दिखाई है, मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि जितने इन्वेस्टर्स भी हैं हमारे, उनको भी मेरा ये सबमिशन है कि जो देखना चाहते हैं कि भाई एक अच्छी कंपनी है, कोई गोल्ड है अगर, तो उसको इंडिफरेंट है कि मार्केट अच्छा है या खराब है, उसका वैल्यूएशन देख के वो इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए। और ये 100% है कि मेरा मानना है कि जो भी इन्वेस्ट करेगा लॉन्ग टर्म विजन में वो उसमें 100% गेन करेगा।
I agree.
But there should be some juice to the investor.
सर आप 10,000 से 5,850 की अगर बात करेंगे तो जूस तो है सर। नाउ इट इज अप टू यू, आप उसको कैसे निकालेंगे?
And correct me if I'm wrong, Nishikant. We are the only cruise line in the world which is debt-free.
We are debt free and we are also only company which is doing domestic cruising and which pays taxes. Globally, no company pays taxes. And in spite of we paying taxes, we are at par in terms of EBITDA and all with the global peers. Our price is almost at par. Whatever we charge, whatever they charge is almost same. Just the journey which they travel and we travel is different. They pay high commission and they pay GST, we pay GST. They don't have the all-inclusive package like alcohol. We have an all-inclusive package. उनका ऑनबोर्ड रेवेन्यू ज़्यादा रहता है, हमारा ऑनबोर्ड रेवेन्यू कम होता है, हमारा टिकट प्राइस ज़्यादा रहता है, उनका टिकट प्राइस कम होता है, उनका फूड कॉस्ट ज़्यादा होता है, हमारा फूड कॉस्ट कम होता है। अल्टीमेटली अगर हम किसी एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को अक्टूबर का नंबर लेते हैं, हमारा नंबर लेते हैं, तो भी 35 से 40% के EBITDA वो भी बनाते हैं। कहीं कन्फ्यूजन नहीं है। मैं एक बार एक वेसल पे सेल किया था और उस दिन डिसाइड किया था कि अगर कोई जीवन में भगवान ने मौका दिया तो मैं उस कंपनी का CFO बनूंगा। भगवान ने मौका दिया और मैंने वो तुरंत अपॉर्चुनिटी पकड़ी।